Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bellabraddock.
And I'm Amelia Bellabraddock, and today we'll be sharing some Mardi Gras news, Valentine's Day foods, and the latest of the Disney Wish.
Yes, lots of good, varied news this week from both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And let's kick it off with Mardi Gras. You've been talking a lot about Mardi Gras in school, I think,
Yes.
I've heard recently. Well,
Excessively.
Disney is getting in the game at probably the favorite moderate resort of mine personally.
Yes, mine also.
So, if you want to get in the Mardi Gras spirit, head to
Port Orleans Resort. Now, both French Quarter and Riverside are participating in this celebration.
And it kicks off on Mardi Gras' big day,
March 1st.
March 1st. So there are 5 ways you can celebrate.
First, you were able to listen to jazz music at Scat Cat's Club Lounge.
Yeah, what would Mardi Gras be without live jazz music? So Disney has it. They have groups of live musicians entertaining guests, at the lounge every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening. So you don't have to be staying there to head by and visit the resort and just take in the jazz. And it's not just music if you're in the Scat Cat Club. And it's not just music, they also have food and drinks, because what would Mardi Gras be without that? They have a Bebop Bloody Mary and an Oyster Beignet Po Boy. So truly getting in that Louisiana spirit. Talking about food, I know this next one will grab your attention.
At Port Orleans French Quarter, beignets are available. They have played a part in the Mardi Gras celebration for centuries, and Walt Disney World has their own version of this at Scat Cat's Club Cafe.
Yeah, I guess I like beignets. I'm not a huge sweet fan, but
I love beignets.
they are donut-like, I guess you would say.
Yes, I'm very invested in them ever since the Food and Wine Festival this past summer.
I did have one or two when I lived in France. Now, you're going to need to work that food off, so...
Yes, you can create your own bicycle parade.
Yeah,
for
parades
Mardi
are a
Gras.
big part of Mardi Gras, so why not create one for your family? And how would you do it?
You can gather your own group and then rent some bikes at both of the Port Orleans resorts, and be sure to wear purple, green, and gold to get into the spirit, because those are the Mardi Gras colors.
Yeah, we like renting bikes at Disney World, so that would be sort of a fun one to do.
Yeah.
To work off your beignets. More dining.
You can sample savory Southern cooking at Boatwright's Dining Hall.
I like Boatwright's. We've been to Boatwright's. If you really want to get that Louisiana Bayou experience, which you should at any time, but also during Mardi Gras, head over to Port Orleans Riverside, and they have some tasty menus items. Would you like these? Mardi Gras Fitters and Boatwright's Jambalaya is one of their most famous.
I don't know what either of those are.
So jambalaya is sort of like a stewy, southern stew type of thing. I know I'm doing it injustice by calling that, but that's sort of what it is. I like jambalaya. I like it spicy. Fritters, you'd probably like the fritters. You like fried
probably.
fritters. Yeah. And then finally, to relax, there's a couple of things you can do.
So you can enjoy the scenery along the Sassagoula River.
I really like that river. It's quite nice and calm, as much as they call it a river.
Yes, and there's a horse-drawn carriage ride across the riverbank, and views of magnolia trees and picturesque Spanish moss.
I love Spanish moss in photos.
Yes, and natural wildlife and more.
Yeah, so you can...
Yes, and
there's a couple of ways. You can take a boat ride down the river.
I mean, I would personally prefer the carriage, but yes, boats are also an option.
Or the horse-drawn carriage ride. So take your pick.
Yeah.
Those are 5 ways you can experience Mardi Gras at Walt Disney World
Port
this year.
Orleans is really getting in the spirit, because New Orleans is the hub of all Mardi Gras.
So we give a shout out to Port Orleans in this episode in the news this week.
Yes.
Now, a couple of quick news stories about Disney Cruise Line.
More Disney Cruise COVID news.
Yeah, not exciting news, but one that's sort of good and one that's sort of bad. So in the good news story, if you've recovered from COVID, you may qualify for what they're calling 90-day COVID recovered. And what that means is, in some cases, people who've recovered from COVID may still test positive, but if you've tested positive within 11 to 90 days of your sailing date, you may qualify to be considered as 90-day recovered, which means you won't have to go through all the testing and all that sort of stuff. So basically, if you've had COVID, they know that you're immune, even if you're still testing positive. So we're going to post more details in the show notes. If you have a Disney Cruise Line and that happens to you, it's important to know this ahead of time. Or even if you don't have COVID, just read up on this if you're going on a cruise.
That's fair. I don't know if the whole U.S. does this, but I would really like them to.
Yeah, it's a pretty, it's a good idea, and There's enough stress and
because
everything
apparently you
around
only
tests.
test positive for 10 days. So.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody's different, so it's crazy. Now,
or you're only contagious, I guess.
So that could be considered good news. You know, it won't ruin your trip if you're testing positive, but you fall within that window. Now, there is some bad sort of news.
It's just a delay. The Disney Wish inaugural sailing is delayed until mid-July.
Oh, and why is it delayed?
Because this week Disney announced that it needs more time to finish the ship due to the pandemic, and specifically Omicron.
Yeah, it's in the shipyard in Germany, so Omicron really hit hard there, and that threw the whole ship delay. So the maiden voyage has been delayed by a few weeks. It will affect sailings through mid-July. So if you were booked, I'm sure you've heard about this. If you haven't, they are sending an email to everyone who's been booked.
Yes.
So hopefully that gets back on track at least for mid-July.
And now we know that that people in California love to be very active, and Disney has taken upon itself to offer multiple new fitness classes.
Yeah, Disneyland Resort's really stepping up the game. And listen, I'm not a big yoga or workout person, but
I am.
But I may actually do some of these things. So we're going to go through these really quickly. They've got a new ways to burn calories on your Disneyland vacation, and it's all centered out of the Tenaya Stone Spa, Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. They're launching a whole bunch of new fitness activities. Some of these are really, really cool because they take place inside the parks before the parks open.
Yes,
so
that's one of the main reasons I want to do them, to be honest.
We'll go through them one by one, starting with this yoga class.
Yes, there are 10 of them, and they range from 30 to 45 minutes. Beginning with aqua yoga, you can practice yoga on a paddleboard while floating in the fountain pool. I really want to do this, but I will almost definitely fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one they call awakening yoga.
Yeah, because you can wake up with Disney by enjoying a yoga session overlooking the California adventure from the hotel's rooftop deck designed for all levels.
Yeah, so if you've stayed at the Grand Californian and you've gone up to their rooftop deck to watch the show over at Pixar Pier, World of Color, sounds like that's where they're doing it.
And all levels, I'm pretty sure, means yoga ability.
Now, the next one is maybe not all levels. They have a boot camp. This one...
They already call it high intensity.
Yeah, this one sounds fun. This is a high intensity boot camp where this is sort of cool. You're on the move, traveling from land to land before the park opens, but be prepared for doing push-ups, squats, sit-ups, etc. at a pace of a 12-minute mile jogging around the park.
So that's about 5 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do the math, but this one is very active, so you're only going to be sort of in shape, but really cool. You don't need to have a marathon, a Run Disney to run around the park.
Yes.
You can do it this way. It is before the park opens. I love when they do things before the park opens. Remember, you're going to need park admission and all that, I'm pretty sure, so check details.
Okay, well, that's a bit of a scam.
I'm sure they'll let you know. The next one sounds sort of fun.
Disney ears and a yoga session.
I think this one is going to be Insta-worthy.
Probably, but how does that even...
Well, it's basically just a yoga class where you wear your Disney ears. I'm not sure if they give you the ears or you buy your own or you wear your favorites, but I can just picture a line of people doing yoga with, I believe it's next to Pixar Pier in the park.
Well, yeah,
so very
but they would fall off. Like, the ears would fall off.
Well, you're going to need, maybe it's not high intensity yoga.
Even in Downward Dog, I promise you.
The next one, a fascia release, incorporates a fascia roller to help relieve muscle tightness and soreness. Now, who would have muscle tightness and soreness on a Disney vacation? I don't know.
Everyone.
I think the next one is probably your favorite.
Yes, this is what I want to do. This is the Obstacle Challenge at California Adventure, or more specifically, the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail action.
So this is where they normally have wilderness explorers. We talked about it in our last episode.
Yes.
What do you do?
You can conquer obstacles like crawling, jumping, climbing, and running, and test your balance and strength. That's very vague, but it's still enticing, and this again takes place before the park opens.
So if you've been to that area, as Amelia has many times, and you know they have those nets and little ropes you walk across, it's pretty cool. I'm imagining and hoping that this is like a high-intensity version using that stuff. So that's pretty good. And then if you just want something where you don't have to know yoga or any of this other stuff, they do have a power walking workout in Disney California Adventure Park. I like this one. So you start the day with an energetic walk, you're stretching, going around Disney California Adventure Park before it opens once again. And this one has a little slower pace of 15 to 18 minutes per mile. For up to 2 miles. That's a long way around the park.
I mean, this would be about 3 to 4 miles per hour if you want to.
Isn't that how we do the parks all the time, power walking?
Yes.
I always tell myself I should slow down.
What a nice leisurely stroll. Oh, people are passing me in line for Big Thunder? Oh, well, what a nice stroll through the Disney parks today.
And then if you don't want to power walk,
there is sound meditation.
Yeah, this one's sort of interesting.
I would also like to do this one.
This guided meditation is designed to quiet your mind and bring you to a deep state of self-reflection.
Quiet your mind. Have they ever been on a Disney vacation?
If you are a parent of a large family, you may want sound meditation.
If you are a kid who is a control freak, you may like sound meditation.
And then they have start your day with a stretch.
Yes, get ready for the exciting day in the parks, and instructors will guide you through gentle stretches to help warm up the muscles, which again takes place before the park opens.
As it should, if it's going to help you with your daily park visit.
Although I like this. I think that many people probably need this, and it would help, even if they don't want to admit it.
So that's a ton of things they're doing. They also do offer group fitness classes if you're staying overnight at a Disneyland Resort Hotel. And all of these things are available to any guest, not just Grand California, but any of the 3 Disneyland Resort Hotels, on-site hotels.
Yes.
So check online for all the details or contact the spa to get more information. But
does this cost money?
Yes, these do cost money.
As I figured.
This is Disney. These are not free.
Well, we didn't explicitly mention it, but I was like, this is Disney.
It's
going to cost money.
It's an additional fee. And I'm pretty sure you're going to need park admission as well for those ones that take place inside the park.
Yep, that makes sense.
All right. We're saving the best for last. The foodie guide. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up, and both Walt Disney World and Disneyland are going over the top. It's some of the coolest food I've ever seen. We will publish everything in our blog post at 1923mainstreet.com, and in the show notes. We cannot possibly go through everything.
Yes.
But,
so we've highlighted a few of our favorites to mention.
And where they are. Let's start at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
My first one, Coral Reef Restaurant. There is a flourless chocolate cake. It has dark chocolate cremo with fresh berries, raspberry whipped cream, and a raspberry meringue. But this is, I'll post a picture of it. It is an amazing looking thing. And, it's flourless, so that's sort of cool. That's my number one. What's your next?
Next one is at the Hollywood Brown Derby, the Red Velvet White Chocolate Mousse. It is a red velvet white chocolate mousse atop a chocolate cookie.
And I like the one at the ABC Commissary and also in Hollywood Studios. Listen, if you're going to propose to someone on Valentine's Day, it is very cool. They have an engagement.
This is the way you do it, people.
Yes, engagement ring cake. They almost look like little muffin size or cupcake size.
But I would put the actual engagement ring in the cake.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And hold it out and I'm going to go, and then.
So this is a chocolate cake filled with raspberry sauce atop a shortbread cookie, complete with a white chocolate engagement ring on top. It is plant-based.
That's what I was just going to say.
Is that what you were just, she was pointing.
It's plant-based.
It is plant-based. So there you go. If you've got a vegan proposee or whatever.
Or you could just take off the white chocolate ring and stick the real one on top and be like, hi.
I like your idea of hiding it. So that's
marry me?
I think this is a great one. So anyone who's getting ready to pop the question on Valentine's Day, check that out.
If anyone's wanting to propose, this is how I would like to be proposed to.
All right, what's next?
Next, we have the Sweetheart Sundae.
Ooh, I had that one too.
Yes, the Mickey and Minnie Red Velvet Waffle with a strawberry and chocolate swirl, hot fudge, strawberry sauce, and whipped cream. Yes, please.
And now, this is at, of all places, Disney's All-Star Music Resort.
I know. I might just have to take a trip over there.
Intermission Food Court is where you will find this. Yes. Red velvet. They look like Mickey waffles, but they're red velvet.
Yes,
so
this
cool.
Is available from February 9th to 20th.
I don't know if they've done that before, but I haven't seen it personally.
Yes, I hope they do it again.
My next one is on the boardwalk, Flying Fish. Not a restaurant I love, but I am intrigued by their Cocoa Beach vanilla custard. And it has a white milk chocolate bavarois and a feuilletine crunch topped with a heart shape under a red chocolate disc. Again, it's hard for me to describe it. This podcast will have video support. Not video, but photo support. So
yes, from Disney.
Check that one out. That is definitely one I love.
I have pegged Steakhouse 71 with the strawberry chocolate chip pancake. This is a chocolate chip pancake with the raspberry cream cheese icing, fresh strawberries, and a chocolate strawberry sauce.
Yeah, I was on the fence on that one. That's at the Contemporary Resort at the new Steakhouse 71.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about Scat's Cat Club at Disney's Port Orleans. We talked about the Mickey Beignet.
It's just before Mardi Gras.
They have a special one that is drizzled with cinnamon candy.
I also pegged this one. Delicious.
And crushed cinnamon candies on top. So a nice spicy cinnamon one there.
Yes, and then I also pegged the Dole Whip, the chocolate and strawberry soft serve. So it's chocolate soft serve swirled with strawberry Dole Whip, garnished with a chocolate dipped strawberry.
Wow, there's a lot of chocolate and strawberry going on.
Yum.
I'll try yours. I don't know if I'll like that. I'm jumping over to the ganachery. This one is so cool. The Sweetheart Mini Piñata.
Yes, I've also pegged this one.
It even has a little hammer to smash it with. So it's a chocolate sphere filled with marshmallows and chocolate.
See, I feel bad smashing mini.
It's just fun, right?
But
it's just a fun one.
Yeah, still, it's delicious. Yes.
I had a couple at the Red Rose Tavern in Disneyland Park. There's a gorgeous gray stuff. Sort of weird. It's a red shortbread cookie with red velvet cake, strawberry cookies and cream mousse, and heart sprinkles. And it sort of swirls way up high. It looks really neat. I think I would try it. At the Galactic Grill.
Yes.
Spicy Nash chicken sandwich. Okay, fried breaded chicken. Yeah, smothered in house-made Nashville hot sauce. Yeah, that's got me. Gibson Girl, there's a Sweetheart Sundae, strawberry vanilla, and chocolate ice cream.
Also I pegged.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Anything else?
Yes, Disneyland is known for their churros, and I pegged the strawberry churro, which is just a churro rolled in strawberry sugar, but I'm still invested.
I have 2 left. Now, Sweethearts Night is sold out, but if you are going, you must try and tell me about the ham and straw brie sandwich. It's so cool. It's like a ham sandwich with strawberry brie. I don't know. It looks amazing.
I just want to eat it, honestly.
I want to eat everything. And then the Craftsman Bar, an amazing stop at Grand California Hotel. They have some very cool drinks. A strawberry rum, tuxedo strawberry, California Crush, which is apple whiskey with strawberry puree, etc. And Love's Lantern, citrus vodka, raspberry liqueur, lime, edible flowers. It all sounds amazing. So much cool food for Valentine's Day.
And the last thing at Disney's Grand Californian Resort and Spa, the GCH Holiday Cart, everything on there sounds delicious. From the Mickey Mouse shaped Valentine's Day cookies to the ombre macarons.
Yeah, so honestly, we're rapid fire through this, but we didn't even do 20% of what there is. So be sure to follow along. Check our show notes for details on every little bit of food that's coming for Valentine's Day.
It's mostly sweets, but...
And we'll be pumping out photos this week on social media at 1923 Main Street. So that's the Disney travel news for this week.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.